The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story.
Welcome to McStabber Studios. While we present to you tonight Windy City After Dark, we are playing for the Game Pink initiative run by National Breast Cancer Foundation to raise funds for their goal to provide mammograms to people in need that have not been able to get mammograms due to the pandemic. So thank you so much to everyone that has helped us raise over $1,000 so far this month. Seriously, we have raised enough as of this recording to provide mammograms for 7 people in need. We really appreciate your generosity and desire to help others. And if you are so inclined and able to do so, you can donate tonight while we are playing this game, and we appreciate you.
And as always, everyone, I am Shanky McStabber, and I am the storyteller.
And I am R'lynn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and tonight I'll be playing Jacqueline Duron of Clan Venture.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
And as everyone can see, we have an additional player at the table tonight. We have one of our guest players has returned after their previous appearance in the Season 1 intermissions of all things. And I will let them introduce themselves.
Hiya, I'm Stuart, also known as Ebonblade, and tonight I'm playing Joseph Kerr of Clan Ravnos.
And we're going to open this scene. Jackie, after the events of the previous night, I don't think there was any lost sleep over the death of Ben.
Oh, absolutely not.
And you got in a call, your police officer friend actually called you back, and he gave you a list of various clubs with various nights of the week that the woman you were looking into, she's known to frequent. He knows this mainly because of the police reports that get filed from time to time. She's actually known to the police officers as, for some reason, always being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Imagine that. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. She was a bit of a problem in my cabaret, and I wanted to, ensure that she does not go around to other establishments like my own, causing problems.
Do you want us to lean on her?
Not yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
How's the wife?
Yeah, she's doing well. She's doing well. She's done with ballet. And she's done with opera. Now she's into art. She wants to go to all the art galleries.
Well, most of them are actually free to the public, but if you have any difficulties with any of them, do let me know. And actually, isn't your anniversary coming up soon?
It is. It is. I haven't decided what to get her yet, but I'm sure I'll figure something out.
How about this? I provide an exclusive VIP experience at my cabaret for the two of you.
Sure. I mean, she hasn't been there yet. And see if she likes it.
Fine. Then what I will do is I will arrange for that evening to send a car to your location to pick you up.
You're going to give me all kinds of good points for this one. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
And you guys will have your refreshments and entertainment on the house.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're always looking out for me. That's why I try to look out for you.
I appreciate you. Truly. You have a wonderful evening.
You too, Miss Durand.
Mm-hmm. And she hangs up. Peter.
Miss Jackie?
I want you to look for this car at these places. When you see it, let me know.
It's a Wednesday. I'm looking here. These places. It says Wednesday. She's at Fire Alley. That's a wild place. I've been there before. Me and my buddies used to like to go there.
A moment, and she goes back into her study, grabs a bug.
Okay.
And she opens up his shirt, tapes it to him.
I mean, that's not what I was expecting, but okay.
Maybe later. And then she basically tapes it to him and sets it up. She says, turn on your GPS on your phone, just in case.
Okay. What am I doing tonight?
We are going to find a certain problem and solve it.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
You are looking for someone named Thea, but do not mention her by name. I'm sure. She strokes his cheek. You are just her type.
Is that the one that Etienne was pulling off the security cameras from a few months ago?
Yes.
Okay.
You are just her type.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's pretty.
Yeah.
But what's the deal? You're not known to share me like this. What's the plan here?
I'm not sharing, darling. You're the bait.
Okay, I can do that. I can wiggle on a hook.
There you go.
And Etienne, you hear him cough slightly, and Peter gets a little embarrassed at being a little bit too familiar at the time with this conversation.
That is fine. You go ahead. If she is there, give us a call. Give me a call, and I will gather up my associates and meet you there.
Okay, let me go grab my club clothes, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
And he steps out and departs the building. And he's gone about 45 minutes before you get a text. Yep, found her.
Okay.
She's in Fire Alley tonight.
I assume we've had enough days to get our sat phones from the club.
Oh, yeah. It's been 2 or 3 days since the last episode. You still haven't heard from Lamar, but you haven't panicked yet because he has disappeared for over a week before handling his own business. So it still hasn't quite hit where you're really panicking yet.
She sends out a text through the sat phone to Roscoe and Jenny. Need to call in the cavalry. Have someone that needs some discipline. And she sends an address.
All right. And I'll reply, what's the plan?
We are taking out Thea, who has been a problem for Eleanor.
Genevieve is just going to respond with problem for Eleanor. Well, won't be much longer, and on my way.
Now, what address do you give them? Do you give them the actual fire alley or
I
nearby?
actually give them something nearby.
Okay. There's a small park nearby that you could probably use to meet up at.
Okay. Yep, I would have sent them the address of the park.
Okay. So, the coterie sets out and gathers at this park. And we're going to skip all the stuff as you gather. Now, Peter's been in there for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, Joe, you're actually in the bar right now in the fire alley, keeping an eye on her for your own reasons, which is known to you. And you see somebody you do recognize as you've seen him around pulling bodyguard work, what you assume is bodyguard work with Jackie, though the outfit he's in tonight is definitely not what he normally wears, and he seems to be hitting it off pretty well with Thea.
I'm guessing no one else has gone in with him.
He was in there by himself.
So, yeah, that's strange. I'm going to keep an eye on both of them anyhow.
Okay. And we're going to flash to the coterie outside right now. You've gathered in the park.
Mm-hmm. So, a few months back, Thea Noelle McCrane came to my cabaret looking for trouble. Eleanor, Destiny, and I had just gone to see a show, and we had walked in, and Eleanor excused herself quickly, obviously uncomfortable around this individual, and went to my office to sit and read. While Thea spoke with Destiny and I, she insulted pretty much in one breath, if she was capable of breathing, not only me. I can take insults. I get them all the time at Elysia. It's fine. But also Destiny and Eleanor. And then I found out from Eleanor that Thea is a Setite that likes to fuck with people hard, and had fucked with someone that Eleanor was particularly fond of, and liked to throw that in Eleanor's face every chance she got. She is an entitled little brat, and she needs a stern lesson.
Well, Setites are bad for business. So you had me at fucking with Eleanor, but now that I know she's Setite, it even sweetens the deal. I'm assuming we're not just going to go in there and paddle her. So
No, right now, Peter is inside. He is bait. Because he is beautiful and can party. He's just her type. And he's so rarely seen in my company directly. She's not aware he's mine. So, Roscoe, I'm glad you're here as well, because if she tries to lure him somewhere else and we lose them, I may need you to track.
Okay. I will need to see her.
You know
Or-
Peter's face.
I know Peter's face, yes.
That will work if you can't see her,
Okay.
I'm sure. And Etienne does have an earpiece. I did bug Peter, so he will let me know if he is in threat inside, because if my gentleman is in threat inside, I will go in and spank her right in public.
Now, so you know, with this little bug, it's hard to hear a lot of conversation because, you know, it's a club. It's kind of busy. But you can hear a hell of a lot of rustling clothes at the moment.
But it is over his chest,
I know.
so it would hear from his lungs.
You can, but there's a hell of a lot of rustling clothes at the moment. And Joe, you're inside. He right now, Peter's on the dance floor, and him and Thea are really hitting it off. She seems to have licked his neck at least 3 times that you've seen.
Just getting a quick taste while I look at it.
Yep. Doesn't appear she's bit him because, I mean, she might be able to get away with it, but he hasn't seemed to get that look that kindred normally get or kind get when they've been fed from. But
Has this club only got one exit? One main
well, it's
exit?
got one main entrance, and then it's got an emergency exit out in the back, the fire exit, because they have to by fire code.
Well, what I'll try and do, I'll position myself by the main entrance, but try and keep an eye on the pair of them. The idea being, if there's any sign they'll be leaving, I'll try and leave ahead of them.
Okay.
So it doesn't look as if I'm following them, basically.
Okay.
So
And
I'll
what
just
code are you
keep
doing
an eye.
outside real quick?
Genevieve is actually going to stick her head into the her car, and she's going to tell Evan that he needs to pay close attention tonight.
Sure. Are we going to go in the club?
Possibly. If we start heading that way, I want you to follow me.
I mean, I heard that's a wild damn place.
Well,
Heard if you pay a little extra, there's a back room you can go in, and they've got the girls dancing in cages and shit.
sometime we will have to go and verify that for ourselves, Evan.
I'm just, I haven't been here yet, but I've already heard.
Hey, you know me. I'm not against girls dancing in cages, as long as they consent to it. Actually, you know what, Evan? Get out of the car.
And he steps out of the car, and I mean, he's not wearing anything special tonight, but he's dressed nicely, but not anything, out of the ordinary.
Mr. Rond, is it possible for my driver to meet your man, Etienne, I believe his name is?
Absolutely. Come, Evan.
Yes, that's Evan.
Come, Evan.
And Etienne's back in the vehicle where he can watch the entrance to the club, but isn't obvious tonight because there's a whole bunch of different vehicles parked around that area. Some of them have people just sitting in them.
Mm-hmm. And she escorts Evan over. Let me introduce you to Etienne.
And those two are going to have a talk while we flash back in the club there. While you're sitting in there, Joe, you're seeing something odd. A guy has been eyeballing Thea and Peter. And I don't know. I think you can do like wits insight. I want to see if you can pick anything up off his body language.
No problem.
So we'll see what you get here. Let's see if you can figure anything out here.
If you can work out how to roll.
Shall see. Let's see. 2 successes? That's enough to pick up that there's definitely a hostile body language coming off this guy.
Hostile towards who? Fear or...
You can't tell. And as you're watching, he gets closer and closer before finally you see him, and he appears to be confronting Thea. Now, Jackie, you can hear a bit of a raised voice on the bug. You catch Colin. Something about how could you do this? Now, Joe, you're not close enough to hear the full details of what goes on, but you do see him kind of the guy that walked up get a kind of frustrated look on his face. And Thea points at the door, and only thing she's short is stamping her foot on the ground to go with it. And he actually turns and stalks out of the place.
Yeah, I know what she's like, so I've got an idea what's happened there. But, oh well, not a surprise.
And Jackie, you caught something about home or wait at home or wait for me at home or some shit like that.
A quick question. Would Sense the Beast actually be able to tell if someone's a ghoul?
Let me double check it.
I believe so, but you have to crit, I believe, to do
Yeah,
that.
I think you'd need a crit on it to do it as well. Just going to double check. It lets you know whether they have a supernatural beast, marking them as vampire or werewolf. But on a critical, it gives you more info, and I'll generally let a crit let you find out of a ghoul. That's about the only way.
This isn't a rouse check either, is it, for that
No,
one?
it's passive.
Oh, I'll just give that a go. I may as well.
Okay,
It's free.
so resolve animalism.
Let's see.
And we will see what you get.
Oh, I'll just add that extra dice.
Yep, don't forget your blood potency die.
Yeah, I've just right-clicked to do that.
A 3, but not a crit. You can't
Oh.
tell. Unless you're going to willpower.
Nah.
Okay, you can't really tell. But as you're sitting there watching, the two come off the dance floor, and you see him excuse himself to go over and get some drinks. And as he does to go get a drink, you see her definitely watching her with when he's not looking at her, there's a predatory look on her face that she didn't have when he was watching her look at her. And you've seen that look. She's planning to have some fun tonight.
Yeah, I've got an idea of some of the games she plays as well.
So what are you doing?
Pretty much staying as I am, watching, and wait until I start to make a move out. Once I start to make a move out, I'll exit, I think.
Okay, well,
I'll just keep with that for now.
and as the coterie watching outside, and they're inside. Peter, he comes back with drinks, and they seem to do a bit of heavy petting, and then you see her pass him a piece of paper, and he looks at it a minute, smiles, and then you see him heading out of the building, alone.
Etienne knows when he sees Peter, he is to send him a text that we are at the park.
Okay. Now, are you following Peter as you see him leave, or are you going to watch her?
I think I'll probably stay watching her because she's the one I was sent for.
Okay, and she actually leaves shortly after he does, because as she goes to start leaving, do you reposition outside because you wanted to be outside to watch?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Wanted to be outside.
I
without
want wits
giving her the
awareness
impression.
from everybody. Every single person give me a wits awareness as you go out.
Okay.
Does my instincts kick in for
Yes.
this?
Does watching kick in for this?
Yes, because you are watching the front of the building. Oscar rolling true to par, two successes. Why did it roll art history for Jackie? That's a weird one.
Really weird. Hang on, I clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, because we're not rolling art history on that. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I
Uh,
clicked the wrong
She's
guy.
watching the art history on them coming out of the club. I mean, sure, why not? We got 3 on Jackie.
Actually, I'm going to willpower.
Okay. And I've got to roll for somebody else. Let me see here.
Oh, that's nice. That makes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a crit.
8's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie.
I think because I've only got the one, I'll willpower as well. How do I do the willpower roll?
You hit the SP beside willpower on your sheet.
And hopefully it works.
And if it doesn't work, then you just basically right-click on the bottom die underneath chat to do right-click 3 times to get 3 die, if you're doing 3.
Ah.
There you go.
One more, so I'm up to 2.
Okay, you got 2. Jackie with an impressive amount of successes there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
With a crit.
With a crit. Not too long after Peter comes up, a very obviously plain individual comes out of the place and sets up position to watch. As Peter's walking over towards you all, you also see Thea come out and head towards the subway entrance. Now, Joe, you see, of course, the direction that Peter went, and you see her heading to the subway entrance. Peter's heading towards the park. and your bird lands on your shoulder. It starts talking to you. Now, since it's a familiar, a femalist, you don't have to use feral whispers. You don't have to rouse it to understand what it says. And it mentions that some of the people that you've watched before are over in the park, too. That, the ones
and that's where
from the
Peter
night of the
headed.
fire.
I'll head towards the subway, I think. I'll follow Fear, but I'll have my ghoul fly up and stay unseen.
Okay.
And just keep an eye on the situation and keep an eye on the Coterie.
Okay, so I need you to roll. You're going in there. We're going to need you to do Streetwise, maybe? Yeah, we'll go Streetwise. Yeah. Let's go Wit Streetwise, Intelligence Streetwise. Pick one.
I'll go Wits Streetwise. Okay. Just the two.
As you go and try to follow her into the subway, when you get down in there, you can't find her. She's managed to give you the slip. She had 4 successes on her stealth roll to slip away to be unfound. Now, we're going to come back to you in a minute. Philip, I don't know why I said that. Peter comes over to the coterie, comes over to Jackie. She gave me an address, ma'am.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
She said that she's got a meeting to attend tonight, but for me to come over there and come see her for a special after party at like 2 a.m., which it's about, it's maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock right now.
Excellent. We may have to go there a little early to help set up for the party.
And you recognize the address. It's over in the Lincoln Park section of Chicago. It's a nicer area. Mm-hmm. She's got, there's some money involved over there.
Mm-hmm. She hands the paper to Etienne. Well, what do you all think? Shall we arrange a little party of our own waiting for her?
Definitely. Shit, that's what this is all about, isn't it?
It is. It is. All right. Well, Peter, we will swing by so you can drop off your car and then ride with us.
Yes, ma'am. That's cool.
Okay.
I can do that. And they all start heading to the vehicle. Now, you, Joe, you lost her in the subway, and as you come out, you see them all heading over towards a vehicle you also recognize because you've seen it a bunch of times. It's the one that Jackie's normally associated with, though not everyone. Jackie is going towards it. Roscoe's going towards his pickup truck, and Jenny is going towards, I don't know what she's driving tonight. She's riding in tonight.
Yeah, Jenny brought out a less auspicious vehicle tonight, so it's more of kind of like your typical black Suburban. Okay,
I'll try and keep tabs on whichever one Peter.
Peter's goes over right now. He's talking with the one is Jacqueline. You don't know the name of who he's talking to, but the other bodyguard that you associate with Jacqueline.
I'm sorry. I did give the address to the rest of the coterie. Mm-hmm. I actually arranged for us to meet there because I said, I'm going to get some things that may be handy.
And because of your 7 successes, Jackie, you do notice that 8 successes, that an unremarkable person has come out of the subway and seems to be looking kind of towards your area.
She just keeps that in her pocket for now.
Okay.
But we will meet up here. There's a few things I need to gather to make sure we are well equipped, at least from what I can provide. Roscoe, if you need to stop and buy and get anything potentially for your rituals or things to help set up traps or whatever we can do, you have time to go do that. I'd like to meet there at 12:30.
You want to meet at that address, or you're going to meet somewhere else? We need to establish where you're planning
at that address.
Okay.
We'll park a ways away so that it's not obvious. Find other places to park.
Okay.
Can do that.
So as they're splitting all up, what is Joe going to do?
I shall try to keep tabs on Peter again because the fact that he was given a bit of paper by Fear.
Okay. You're going to have let's see, you can hop in your vehicle. I'm going to have to make you roll a drive with it. Or you can just have the bird follow.
Oh, I'd have my bird follow him. They're better at flying than I am at driving.
No, that's probably very, very true. So they set off, where are you going to go head towards? You just going to wait there until your bird comes back and tells you where they went?
That's probably best, but to be fair, the bird would be able to find me quite easily, so, how far is their club from where we are?
Her club?
Yes.
Her club is
No,
couple
club
blocks
confession,
away.
I mean.
You don't know the location they're going to other than, you don't even actually know where they're heading off to yet. But Jackie still had an 8 on an awareness. There is a raven circling above your vehicle, Jackie. Got 8's a hell of a lot of successes, so.
I look up at that, and as other people are pulling away, I tell Etienne, give me a moment. I walk up to the man.
Okay. And I shall walk up to Jackie, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you recognize who she is. You know who she is. But she did not bring Peter or Etienne with her. It's just her.
Mm-mm. I want to do Sense the Unseen.
Okay. You are going to roll Resolve All Specs.
I'm going to rouse for a surge.
Okay. And he gets to
And
roll.
I got
Let me
hungry
pull this
finally.
up.
1 hunger.
You see under the obfuscate, there's some rolls for it. Got to find the actual roll. Okay, here we go. You get to roll wits plus obfuscate. Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a willpower.
Jackie got 1 so far.
Got 2. I didn't see shit.
So you just see him as a overly plain individual.
Mind
Right.
telling me who you are and why you're spying on my people?
I'm not spying on you. I'm
Your
watching
bird
Fear.
is.
I'm keeping an eye on Fear. She has sort of given me the slip.
Yes, well, I am pursuing Thea tonight. And I know exactly where she's going to be in a matter of, 2.5 hours?
I'm guessing she's not in your good books.
Tell me who you are.
Well, the name I'm using at the moment is Michael. I tend to change it every now and again. But I've been asked to keep an eye on her by the Anox.
Interesting.
She's been causing a lot of trouble, problems,
Of course she has.
stirring things up.
Yes.
So I've been asked to keep tabs on her.
Okay. Well, you have more than one? And she looks up at the bird.
Yes, several.
Excellent. Meet at this address, and she tells him the address.
She gives you an address in Lincoln Park.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what your capabilities are, but if the Anarchs want her gone, that'll be done tonight. So,
If you need help, I'll help. But
may need you to use your eyes to keep watch.
there's no problem with that. I'm good at watching people.
Excellent. So, by the way, I'm Jacqueline Durand.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, Michael. And she turns and walks back to the car.
Okay. Now, do you still have your raven follow them?
No, actually, I won't bother. It'd be rude.
It's already busted at this point. 8 successes is
Yeah.
tough to hide from. Jesus.
It is.
So they set off. Now you've got your address, and I'm going to skip ahead while everyone goes and gathers stuff. I'm going to assume competent. So if it's reasonable, you would have taken it with you. I'll assume you took it with you to go to this place. Anyone check it on Google, the address, before they head out that way?
Absolutely.
Just curious. It's a gated mansion. Not a giant one, because it's still in the city. It's actually located in the Lincoln Park section. Is just outside the loop in the northern section of north side of Chicago. But it's a gated mansion. Apparently somebody's got a lot of money.
Genevieve's actually going to switch out her cars then. When she has Evan get some weapons for himself, she's actually going to switch out her cars back to the Mercedes-Benz. So
okay, something nicer. Okay, so the coterie gathers a couple blocks away. I'm sure that you all can coordinate. And Joe, you found them pretty easy. Your bird finds them as they start to gather. They're not close enough to be seen from the mansion at all. The mansion is actually, oddly enough, next door to a firehouse. Somebody's real nice about putting a firehouse, but fortunately the mansion is not only gated, it's got a high stone wall. So the firehouse can't see it. You can't see what's going on at the mansion. Apparently somebody really wanted their privacy, but wanted to be close where somebody could put fires out if one occurred.
So this is at the mansion now. We've all arrived.
You've all arrived about 2 or 3 blocks from the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A very nice, it's actually another park, because in this area of Chicago, the Lincoln Park area, they've got a number of well-done parks and everything. It's all amongst to raise property values. And you're at a very nice botanical park.
I'm guessing if I wanted to communicate with any of the other ghouls that I've got, I'd need to use Feral Whispers, wouldn't I?
Yep. Because only the one you've bonded with is the one that is free. The others are a rouse check. But it'll work for all of them. You don't have to rouse for each one. So it lasts one scene.
Yeah, I've usually got about a dozen ravens close by.
Okay.
They tend to keep an eye out for lupines.
Okay.
So, I shall use Feral Whispers.
Yep. All you have to do is click the rouse button on your character sheet. Nice and handy. You get hungrier. You know, I don't know your beast well enough yet to have it talk. I'm going to... give me a second
to think of it.
Well, I bet that. What are we doing dealing with these damn camlicks anyway? It's obvious you got what you needed for the Baron. You know where she's at. You know where she hangs out. Fuck these people. Let these stuffed shirts do their thing. You do your thing. So the coteries gathered. Now you've looked. This is the thing. Now, is Joe going to approach the group as they've gathered here? And are you going to approach with mask up, or are you going to put on your real face?
I'll drop it as I'm on my way over.
Okay, and I'll let you describe yourself as this coterie sees you approaching. You can describe your character to him.
Did you want me to roll for regards to Feral Whispers, or is that an automatic thing?
No, I'll let you... you can take half on manipulation animal roll to... Unless you're going to have it do a complex kind of thing. If you're just calling on them, we don't need to really...
No, I'm just going to ask them to sort of scout out the property.
Okay.
So I'll ask them to scout out the property, get an idea of the number of guards or anything else there, and I'll head towards the coterie, and as I wander over, I'll just drop Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Go ahead and describe yourself. And the description can't be snack. You got to actually describe yourself.
No problem. Okay, he's about just over 6 foot, very slim build. Think sort of David Bowie sort of build, very slim. Shoulder length, blonde hair, curly, He's pretty much dressed as I am. Black and blue shirt. His eyes are very blue, as in strikingly blue. And he is stunningly good looking, sort of almost angelic like innocence good looking.
And I will let the coterie react to seeing him walk up. Of course, Etienne immediately gets a posture that he's ready in case something happens. Peter doesn't pick up as easy, but he finally gets a hint. Evan just looks to Jenny, looks to this guy approaching, looks to Jenny as if he's not sure what to do.
Who ordered the gigolo? Roscoe, was it you?
That is, well, he gave a name of Michael. He is spying on Thea for the Anarchs. She's pissed them off too. So I figured if he's a good spy, he can scout out things for us.
You're now with the group, Joe, and I'll turn this over to the players to have a scene here, because you've got time. Trust me, you've got time.
Good evening again, Mr. Ant.
Good evening, Michael. Not buying that name. With that face, you're not a Michael. But this is Roscoe Akers.
Good evening.
Pleasure to meet you.
Genevieve Schoss.
Also a pleasure.
And our associates, Evan, Etienne, and Peter.
I'll nod to them all.
Evening, sir.
I've already sent my birds to scout out the property.
Excellent. So, it has a high wall. Do we report a fire and have the fire station break into the place?
Etienne looks over. We could just jump the wall.
Yeah, how high is the wall?
It's, about 12, 13 foot, but there's more than one place we can get over it. Hell, we can boost each other and throw ourselves over.
Now we can do that.
We can find a shadowy spot. They don't have the whole wall lit. Apparently whoever's in there don't like a lot of lights, ma'am. So, we can probably get over the wall, the easy part. Question is whether they got dogs.
And Michael, have your birds seen whether there's surveillance cameras?
Birds are out there. I'll let you know when they come back.
I'm just waiting for them to come back. They're usually pretty good with this sort of thing.
Good.
Excellent. Etienne, pop the trunk.
Yes, ma'am. And he goes and opens the trunk.
Come, everyone. I have firearms if you need them. I have stakes. I would like for her to not be completely destroyed. I would like her staked.
Joe, you weren't aware this was their plan for this individual,
Oh.
but that's up to you how you want to handle this one, because you've got your own stake in the game. Yeah, I did a pun.
True.
Well, this is a very nice assortment of steaks. I'll take the medium rare one.
Then you get the Alda. Here you go.
You know what? I would love a steak. And one for Evan also.
Excellent. And I hand one each to those.
Okay.
And then Jackie's 2 ghouls take a steak each.
Okay. They slip it into their suit jackets now that they're back in their suits.
Mm-hmm.
Bulletproof suits, actually. Well, bullet-resistant suits.
Bullet
suits.
resistance, yes. Excellent. What is it, Jenny?
Oh, no, my brain is just kind of meandering. I apologize. It's,
No worries.
getting out and flexing some muscles that aren't just the, hey, here's money.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Etienne looks over. If any of y'all can boost me and Peter over the wall, we got some rope back here we can hold on to on the other side, and you all can just climb,
Excellent.
use the rope to climb up the wall. Come on over.
We can do that.
I'm pretty sure between everybody here, you can boost at least me over enough that I can reach down and pull Peter up over.
Oh, yeah. We can accommodate that, I believe, especially with Joe's height difference compared to Miss Durand and myself. But, you know.
Ginny, you can probably just throw him over the wall, right?
True. Are you offering to be the test pilot, Roscoe? Heave ho.
Fuck me, he cleared it.
Oh. We are about to have a lot of fun this night. And Jackie basically closes the trunk once everybody gets the gear that they want.
One of your birds comes back, Joe, and starts talking to you. Tells you that no dogs, no dog houses. Couldn't see in the house because the lights are kept really dim, like not bright at all. Somebody really doesn't like light at all. No security cameras, at least not outside the building. No guards wandering around. You'd almost think it's abandoned, but it's definitely not.
Okay, that's strange. Okay, I'll just turn to the coterie. I've just been told there's no dogs, no guards, no security cameras, and it's pretty dark in the property.
Seems unusually desolate, but
She is a Setite.
Setite.
They are adverse to light, which we can use that to our advantage.
well, then heave away, Jenny.
All right. So let us make moves.
So you all move over and you find a spot that definitely it's not right there on the main street where it's in plain view. It's a little more shadowed trees where it's a lot darker, where it's a little easier for you not to be seen as you go over the wall. And I'm not going to make anyone roll to boost Peter and Etienne over. I mean, everyone can take half and climb the ropes. And as you climb over and you get inside this compound, it's nice. Well manicured. There's hedges that are perfectly groomed. Whoever has this place has a lot of money. It is a beautiful place. But you don't see anyone moving.
Is there concealment in the shrubberies and whatever that would keep anyone who's in the house from seeing us approach?
Oh, you can follow the hedges and keep low around the hedges and probably get almost all the way up to the house. I mean, there's just a few spots where it's open, but the curtains seem to be mostly drawn with just dim lighting lit behind them.
Jackie is actually going to check windows to see if they are all locked.
Okay, you can check the ones from the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
You go around and you get close to the building and check one or two and don't find any lock or don't find them that you can open. They don't have screens on them. This is a very old style mansion. But when you go around to the back door, you do see that the back door is open. Somebody's moving around inside, but you can't get a good look at it.
And she flags for people to come. And she steps away from the door slightly so she's out of earshot.
A quick question. I'm guessing the grounds aren't that well lit.
No. They've got it pretty dim. It's barely got any light at all on the ground. Actually, the only light that you see on the ground is really coming from the front porch light and the back porch light. So the sides of it is pretty damn dark.
I was going to say, Genevieve activated her Eyes of the Beast when she got over the wall. So,
okay. Jenny, you can see perfectly clear, like it's not dark at all. But yeah, it's this person only has a front porch light and a rear light. What little lights come through the windows don't count as enough light to light up anything.
Jenny.
I'll activate Eyes of the Beast as well.
Okay, and you can see clearly as well, Joe.
The back door is opened, and I heard someone moving around inside.
Okay.
And the coterie can all, by the way, real quick, the coterie, you can see Jenny's eyes are glowing red slightly, and Stuart's, they're a red, but there's a blue tinge to it still. It's kind of a very odd combination.
Those eyes are very striking. And she just says that in passing. So I was very quiet and careful, but please, there is someone moving around. Perhaps you can see them.
Okay. Genevieve is going to creep near the door and try and look inside as best she can.
Okay. assuming competence, are you using Silence of Death since
Yes.
there's no rouse check anyway?
Once I step away, I was going to activate Silence of Death.
Yep.
So,
What are you doing, Joe? Because you're the other one who can see.
I can see, but I'm not invisible.
Nope.
I'll activate Silence of Death as well, just out of habit, because I'm not talking anyhow.
Okay, but do you go and try to peek through the door like Jenny is doing, or do you stay with the coterie?
Oh, I'm hanging back.
Okay, Jenny, you peek through, and there's a guy moving around. You put him 20, 25 in that kind of range, maybe 28 tops. He's got a sweater vest on with a long shirt. If you could guess from the look of him, blonde hair, cropped short, built like he might be a sport player of some kind, your guess would be lacrosse because he's giving off these Chad vibes.
okay. Gotcha.
I mean, a very Chad kind of vibe to him.
Genevieve
He's like
is
pacing up and down through the house.
Okay. Genevieve's going to kind of back away back towards the group and drop Silence of Death. It's a male, mid-20s, blonde hair. He seems to be fit, but nothing that should be a bother.
Joe, that reminds you of the guy that they had a confrontation with on the dance floor.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. What did he...
His hair was shortish.
Yeah.
He's not...
That sort of sounds like the guy that Thea also met in the club.
Colin.
Peter goes, yeah. She called him Colin.
Yeah.
Real shitty. He was talking about, how could you do this to me? And, why are you cheating like this?
So do we suspect...
Can
Do we suspect Kine, or... I mean, I can go in there and snatch him if you guys want, but...
Peter actually looks over with the way he left when she finally got tired of hearing him. He's under the effect of the same kind of thing Peter or Etienne and I am.
Yeah. I was going to say, sounds like a ghoul.
So is it a problem if we kill him?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Genevieve is going to activate Silence of Death, and she's going to creep back into the house. She's actually going to creep into the house if she can open the door without it. No.
Open.
Actually. Oh, it's wide open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. She's just going to go straight into the house then. So.
Not a sound is made. Now, are you just going to use Silence of Death, or are you doing anything else with it?
Once she rounds the corner, she's going to rouse for my claws, which of course I got hungry. Why wouldn't I? And so she's going to sprout her claws out of her fingers again. And because of Silence of Death, she's actually just going to run straight at him if he has his back to her. So
You catch him with his pacing, because you'll see him pace one way and then he paces the other way. And you come up in this house. You get hungry, and as you're moving, your beast is like, now we're talking. Now this is running free. We're going to show him who's in charge. Fuck is Colin. No, he's Chad. He's one of all the Chads. You know what happens to Chad.
Genevieve lets out a silent laugh because of Silence of Death. So as she just kind of laughs and just runs at him. So
okay, I'm going to give him a very slim chance of picking it up. I mean, very slim. And he got one success. That's not going to fucking do it.
Sweet.
So you roll up on him. I will let you you can do an attack on him, Dex Brawl, if you wish. And he has one success.
Okay. So
That's all he gets.
Is this whole scene? You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to rouse for Blood Surge. No, I'm not. I'm not going to Blood Surge this. There's no reason to.
7 successes with a messy critical.
Genevieve goes ham on this guy.
So that's 6 margin, but they're a light brawl, so it's +2. So you do 8 damage aggravated. You come in and proceed to tear him, as we've said before, from the rooter to the tutor. You literally come up and tear him from the back of his neck all the way down.
At that moment, Jackie walks in.
And so, because of Silence of Death, it's not just your immediate, it's a slight area around you. At first, there's no noise that comes from him until he slightly slips out of the area of the silence of death, and then his kind of gargled cut off is all that's heard as you've literally one-shotted him and torn open exposed spine and everything with your feral attack.
Would I have seen this from where we were just outside? Because I'm guessing the door would have been opened.
I'm sure we would have moved closer.
You gave her the head start, and you came around the corner just in time to see him collapse to the ground with spinal cord exposed and his whole back ripped open. Just
Ouch.
Tore up. And Peter you hear him audibly gulp. He's not used to this. Etienne is not shaken, but Peter's not seen this before.
Oh, Peter, you are going to see amazing things tonight. It is time.
Once the deed is done, Genevieve is going to drop Silence of Death, and she's going to turn back towards the door, and she's going to be, Evan, come here.
He looks over. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah. Well, reacquaint yourself with the site, Evan.
Pretty impressive, actually, I'll be honest. Yeah. I guess this house isn't big enough for two of us, huh?
Not right now, Evan. Learn some professionalism.
I make jokes.
I know. I'm kidding. And she's actually going to reach out her clawed hand and kind of just like pat Evan on the shoulder. A little bit of blood gets on his shirt. She doesn't really care. She's like, it's
You're
fine,
in
Evan.
this old style mansion, and there's not a sound right now that you can hear. Actually, I take that back. There is a sound you can't quite place where it's coming from. You think it's coming from downstairs somewhere. If there's a downstairs, it'd have to be in a basement area.
We need to move the body so she does not spot it when she comes in.
Of course. Genevieve is actually going to, Evan, grab the arms, and she's going to grab the legs so they can.
Okay.
Apologies for the mess, everybody.
And Etienne goes,
actually,
we could throw him in the bushes outside. I mean,
great minds, Etienne. I was actually going to say I was heading towards the door to just dump him out back somewhere. So.
And Etienne looks, if you want, ma'am, I'll help him. I'll help Evan drag it out.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And the two of them drag him out. And as they're dragging him across the floor, and you're leaving the blood trail, because I mean, you cut him good. You hear there's definitely somebody moving around downstairs in a basement area of some kind. Can't quite sure somebody's talking or something down there. It's.
I move closer to the door.
Okay.
To the basement and just put my ear to it.
You assume, because you're in the kitchen, that a lot of basement doors are actually by the kitchen. And you go up to a door. You definitely know somebody's down there when you put your ear to it. I'm going to let you roll, see if you can catch anything. I don't know. Wits, awareness. Yeah, wits awareness. Good enough. Not instincts won't help for this. Three. You catch bits and pieces of conversation or of words being said. You catch, Thea, baby, I need it. Where are you?
One of her playthings is in the basement. He's saying, Thea, baby, where are you? I need it.
It was a woman's voice.
Oh, she was. Sorry, you didn't specify.
No,
Sorry,
that's why I just said it's a woman's voice.
I've got a quick question about Sense of the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an area effect, or is it like line of sight?
It's line of sight. You have to look at the individuals.
No problem. I was just hoping I'd be able to use it in the area and pick out things, but no.
I mean, I can go down there and check it if somebody she's kind of waving her claws around like, I mean.
Michael, keep watch. She looks at her watch in the dim light.
You've got about an hour before Peter's supposed to be there. Hour and a half. It took about an hour to get everything arranged. So about an hour and a half in that range.
Just in case she happens to arrive early.
No problem.
And then she looks at Jenny and just nods.
So who all's going in the basement?
We will follow behind Jenny.
Would you prefer I go unseen or just charge the castle gates?
Let's try to minimize how obvious we are here.
Okay. If you open the door for me as I step down, I will make myself unseen. Just to give me a second. So
She puts her hand on the door and very gently turns the knob so it doesn't make much sound at all.
It's locked.
This is locked.
Oh.
She's going to run her hand along the door frame to see if there's a key.
Actually, there is the old trick of a key above the door frame in these old houses, yes.
Mm-hmm. She places the key in, turns it, and then turns the knob.
Okay. And door opens. It's well oiled. Apparently the servants have been doing, well, you don't know where they are, but the servants do a very good job. And you can see a light down there of some kind. It's not a dirty, dusty basement. It actually is decently appointed down there. But it's not brightly lit either. Like the rest of the house, the lights, it looks like somebody's put like 40-watt bulbs in this house. Pretty much everywhere, 40 watts.
Genevieve, before she activates Sansa Dust, she's just going to say, just give me a nod, if you want me to. And then as she starts going down the stairs, I have to rouse for unseen passage.
You do not get hungrier.
I want to do Sense the Unseen to see if I can see her.
Okay. You're going to roll. You just want to see if you can see her. That is going to be your resolve all specs versus hers.
Is she trying to hide from me?
You still have to try to penetrate it.
Okay.
It's against her, where is it? I just saw it. Damn it. Against, I had it just up here with this.
I got 2.
Wits Obfuscate is the other one. Two for you, 2 for Roscoe. No successes on Jenny. You see her as a vaguely ghostly outline, but you see her.
Not to, reveal her, just to be able to keep eyes on her.
Genevieve has her back to you all anyway, so she's not even paying attention. She's just going down the stairs. So,
And as you go down the stairs, Jenny, you get to the bottom. Upholstered, there's, nice chairs, plush carpet, nice leather couch. Looks antique. But the oddest thing strikes you on the far side of the room. The far side of the room's a cage or a jail cell of some sort. And there's a woman in there. The woman's older. You'd put her early 50s. She reminds you a little bit of Thea, but she also exactly resembles a woman in the pictures that you've seen in the other level of the house. This woman is actually wearing a fetish French maid's costume. She is locked in this cell. It looks like she's been smacked around a bit. She's got obvious bruises on her face, legs, arms. And she's kind of pacing and there's a wild look in her eyes when she looks around. Thea, baby, I need to fix. Come on, don't do this to Mom. Come on, I'm your mother. You gotta help me. I'm hurting here.
Jackie and Roscoe are making their way downstairs as quietly as possible.
And Jackie and Roscoe, you can hear what she's saying now.
Mm-hmm.
And you come down and see exactly what Jenny saw.
I give Jenny a nod.
So she's inside this cell.
Mm-hmm.
Genevieve reaches through the cell and just tries to grab her neck and just bang her head in the bars.
Or
so that she can
She
get her
can't reach her
closer.
from where she is in the cell. She's further back.
Yeah.
But when she sees Jackie and Roscoe come down, she immediately starts moving towards the bars. Is that you, baby? Have you come? I need my fix.
So you gave me the killer hit nod?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. She reaches through the bars and just basically grabs her by the back of the neck and just or she around and kind of from a front around, if that makes sense. She's basically going from the front and pulling her wrist all the way back around again to pull it out. So
Jackie, you're familiar with what you're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a woman deep under the effects of lingering kiss. She has been thoroughly addicted to the blood and starved of it repeatedly. And abused a bit, too. And I'm not going to make you roll for this one because the woman comes towards the cell hoping.
And Jackie just looks at her with a look of sadness in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And all she says is, "Our children often undo us."
And for a brief second, she gets a look of understanding or awareness. But it's only brief as Jenny, with supernatural strength and power not seen, so there's no way she knew it was coming, grabs her and slams her into the bars. And I think we're going to go to break right here. And when we return, the coterie will get to set up the ambush, as they found that this is one kindred that deserves to die, not just for revenge, but because this is a true monster hidden amongst the Camarilla. I will see everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me Let's Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to your burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back, everybody. I want to point out we are raising money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. All the donations this month go towards this amazing charity. Right over here, you'll see there's a ticker. Donate if you can. Please don't donate if it's going to put you in a financial bind. You don't have to, but if you want to give and try to help out, because breast cancer is a pretty fucking vile thing, and anything we can do to help, if it's caught early enough, it can be treated. And that's what this year's focus of Game Pink is on from the National Breast Cancer Foundation, is actually to help get people mammograms to get it caught early enough.
A 95% survival rate, 5-year survival rate if it's caught early.
Yep. So, I wanted to put that out. We didn't say it before we went on break, but that's because there's a pretty brutal scene that was pretty rough. So we wanted to end there. And when we come back to this coterie's all in the basement. Joe, you heard that sickening crunch. I'm sure you're old enough to have heard the crunch of a skull crack more than once. That happened in the basement.
You might have even heard what Jackie said to her.
Might have. Because the house was perfectly quiet other than that. So does Joe go to peek his head in the basement to see what just happened?
Of course I would.
And as you go down the stairs, you see a woman. It's hard to recognize her face now at this point, but you're pretty sure it's the woman from the pictures upstairs in a fetish French maid's costume.
What the hell?
Thea was feeding from her mother, made her addicted.
She has to die. She really does.
I look at Etienne. You and the boys go upstairs, clean up the blood, make sure she doesn't notice it when she comes in.
Yes, ma'am.
There's
And
bound to be cleaning products. This house is immaculate.
And even Etienne looks a little disgusted by what he saw when you all came down to the basement. And come on, Peter.
And then when you are done, come back down. We will discuss plans.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, Peter. Let's go up there. And
Evan, go help them.
Yes, please, Evan, do.
Evan just looks at the body again, looks at Jenny, looks at the body, looks at Jenny. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to go upstairs and help.
Good idea.
Call.
So
And they go upstairs, leaving these 4 kindred in the basement as they're upstairs cleaning.
when Thea comes home and comes down to either feed or taunt her now ex-mother, who gets to wear the maid's uniform as bait?
Oh, that will be
I
you,
think you just
Roscoe.
volunteered. haven't you?
It's not my size, I'm afraid.
I'm sure it looks best on you.
Yeah. We can
No,
just
I think I'll be
stretch-
waiting in a chair here for her.
I was
While
going to
someone stays hidden in the corner to capture her as she sees me rounding the stairs.
I've done so much. If anybody else wants to have the honors, I won't get in their way. But if not, then
That's my idea. I'm happy to hear other ideas.
Hmm.
And we can also have others positioned where she cannot immediately see them coming down the stairs. To jump out and take care of her. What do we think?
Yeah.
How's the setup coming down from the stairs into the room?
It's an old style mansion. The basement, the ones in the kitchen, are the servants' stairs. Narrow, tight. You don't really see what's at the bottom until you round the base of the stairs.
Okay. So with Eyes of the Beast active, Genevieve's going to be looking around. Is there another set of stairs somewhere down into here, or is this the only set of stairs?
In this section, there's the only set of stairs. Your guess would be that this was used by the cook as a quarters of some kind, place to sleep, so that they were always right there to cook food at odd hours.
Okay. Genevieve's just, I'm going to look, see if there's another pair of stairs, because she may not come down these stairs. And so Genevieve's actually going to just set off through the basement looking.
Okay. So
Okay, perfect.
Jenny's going to go and search to do it. And she's off doing that right now. We'll come back to that.
Michael, why are the Anarchs so interested in Thea?
I was just about to tell you. I'm sorry I've been a bit quiet about this. I'm not really used to working with other people. I tend to do my own thing, but the Anarchs want her dead.
Well, they will get what they want, because there's no way I let her live after this.
No, definitely. Basically, as brief as possible, bad things happen around her. And somehow she manages to shift the blame onto, say, the poor, minorities, or usually the Anarchs. So I've been keeping an eye on her, and she does somehow... I don't know how she does it. She does manipulate things and people, but that's a Setite thing for you, I suppose. But yeah, she's been shifting a lot of blame for things onto the Anarchs. And I'd been asked to keep tabs on her because we were considering getting her disappeared.
Well, as the Anarchs have interest in seeing the demise of Thea Noel McCrane, and of course, I am a woman of my word, and when I say I will get something done, I get it done.
I've heard that about you.
Sure you have. I've had some dealings with the Baron. I think she's going to owe me one for this. And she knows how she can pay.
So, what's the plan?
Make sure you tell her that when you speak with her.
I'll let her know.
The plan is to restrain her, get her staked, and then I allow her to see the sunrise one last time.
Should be beautiful.
It will be gloriously beautiful, and I will watch it on video.
Jenny, as you're poking around, you do find another set of stairs. These are a little bit wider, and they're located at the front of the house. Through a servant's entrance. Now, you didn't know there was a servant's entrance there because apparently the hedges, when you go and poke and open the door to look where they come out at, the hedges have overgrown. They've got it hidden behind the hedges. Apparently somebody wasn't using this anymore as a servant's entrance.
Gotcha. Genevieve will head back towards the group then. And when she gets back, there's a second set of stairs, but it leads outside, not inside, though the shrubs are in the way. So I can't guarantee.
So it is not used?
It apparently, but I was going to say one of us could post up probably by those, but if we want to keep all of our numbers here, that makes sense too. So.
Five minutes, 10 minutes later, Etienne comes down, him and Peter and Evan. Man, we found some bleach and shit and
Perfect.
cleaned it up. A little bit of a bleach smell up there from it, but then again, there was a little bit of a bleach smell anyway.
Yes, there was. Okay. Jenny has found a second set of stairs that leads to an external exit from this basement, possibly a servant's entrance, but it is blocked by the shrubs outside.
Etienne looks at you. They were going through the shrubs. You'd be able to tell the shrubs would be broken, messed up. People don't cross shrubs. Well, I suppose even your kind can't cross shrubs without breaking them.
Unless we jump over them.
See, that's why Etienne gets paid the big bucks. I wasn't even
Exactly.
thinking of that. So,
So,
Did Thea tell Peter where to meet her in the house, or?
Peter looks over. No, she just said, come here
at 2.
at 2.
he probably needs to be out at the gate then.
Yes.
Well, if she gets here, if she was planning to be here before me, she would be waiting for me to arrive at 2. So he looks down at his watch. She'd probably be here before too long. She had it sounding like there was a plan of a special party or something. So I'd expect,
She'll be here about 1:30.
given what we've seen, she was planning something
Mhm.
unpleasant.
You've seen the special party. It was the cage or
Yeah.
What do you reckon Thea's reaction would be to see her mum outside of that cage, wandering about?
Oh.
Now, remember, if you try to use it to hide somebody, they can tell it's being used to hide. But if you're
Not
using
to
it as a
hide.
direct, right, if used as a
You know
direct
what I'm
illusion,
thinking?
You can do that?
I've got some talents.
What is it you do exactly? Do you reanimate her?
No, I'm not like that. Not at all.
No. I need Jonathan for that.
I
Quick
heard.
question, storyteller. How
heard you
long
ask.
does Fata Morgana last?
one scene.
So if I were to do it now, it'd last the whole
Yeah,
scene.
I would count that as a scene.
Mhm.
You'd
Until
have-
she arrives.
until the scene is over.
We leave.
Oh, okay.
Until something changes, either you leave the house, you leave the area you're doing it, or something major
Is it,
occurs to change the events.
is it just an image or does it also speak?
Speak, smell, can fool all the senses.
Oh,
I'll show you.
shit.
I'll just do it now. I'll demonstrate.
The fuck are you?
Rouse check, please. You get hungrier again.
Bastard.
Your beast speaks. Now, we're not out much with this one. Seem to be trusting of these stuffed shirts a bit much, though. Maybe you should. I know what we should do. Let's do the maggot and the cup trick again on one of them. Let's show him that trick.
True. I'm not saying that out loud, by the way. Mentally, I'm thinking, nah.
So, if you're going to use Fata Morgana, you've got to decide. It is the difficulty is equal to the number of 1 plus the number of senses. So if you try for all 5 senses, it's difficulty 6.
Yeah.
You may not want to do that one. I don't think you need the sense of touch anyway for that. It's a question of
No.
how many senses you're going to
Smell.
use.
And sound.
I'd just aim for sight and sound.
Sight and sound is difficulty 3. You roll manipulation plus obfuscate.
With the bonus?
Yep, and everyone else can roll intelligence plus awareness.
Actually, I'm going to willpower that just for the sake of it. 'Cause 3's a bit crap.
Roscoe got 4 for his intelligence awareness. Got 4
So
as
it's
well on Joe for it, so it's a tie. And Jenny, for yours, intelligence awareness.
It's not gonna happen, but we'll
Hey, you
roll
could
it, I
roll
guess.
crits.
Yeah.
Crits are always a thing, but it didn't happen. A tie. Now, tie goes into kindred's presence or in the favor, but you're both kindred, both the same generation.
Goes in the favor of the actor.
Right. You're both generation is same, blood potency the same, so it goes in favor of the actor. What is you can describe your audio and visual hallucination that you've given all of them that is completely believable to them.
I'm muted. Basically, the illusion just looks like Thea's mum. Identical to her.
You
It just
see
appears.
from where the body is that the body's still on the floor, but an identical version is standing there.
And it's
Voice
just there.
even sounds the same.
Can you sound like what she was saying? Did you hear what she was saying?
He heard it well
And-
enough that I'm assuming based on the roll that yes, he did accurate
Yeah.
enough that it sounds like her.
Oh, that is
And
amazing.
it answers you.
Yeah, it talks and moves around. It's not just standing there either. It's animated.
So, one of my tricks.
That's awesome.
That's better than a laser light show.
So, if we hide the body,
Yeah.
we can have her mum greet her and that'll throw her off.
Etienne. Yes.
Etienne just, okay, I've seen it all, ma'am.
Yes, you have. So have I. And this is exciting. So
Yes, ma'am. It's exciting, ma'am.
this
Evan
is
has
hot.
I would say Evan has like a vapid look on his face right now. He's just kind of, and Peter's nervous. He doesn't know what to fucking think because
Peter, it is a lure. That's all it is. It is a lure.
you know how much
It's a
money
trick
we
of the
could make.
light.
You know how much money you could make doing this? I mean,
It's great for card games.
I bet it is.
okay, I'm not playing cards with him.
No, don't ever. He will
got
take
that
you for
here.
everything you have.
I'm not allowed in Las Vegas, Michael.
How did you know I've worked in casinos before?
And I look at-
you.
Oh, there's a story there.
And whilst we're chatting, I do actually get a set of cards out of one of my pouches at my waist.
So Jackie basically instructed the guys to get the body out of the room.
We'll go through it, and well, it's a lot of blood here.
Yeah, but it's nice
He
and
looks over.
dim here.
Peter, go get that rug we saw upstairs. We'll roll her up in it so we don't drag a blood trail across the house. Peter heads up the stairs to find a rug. Apparently, they found one when they were getting cleaning supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes him a minute before he comes down with a rug.
There's
Actually,
a back
it's an
room
antique
back there.
rug.
There's a back room back there.
And it rolls it out, and they roll her up in it.
It's been a while since I've seen this done.
Evan looks over at the body, looks over at you. Jenny looks over at the body. 82?
Probably. I don't know. Whenever the mob started losing their hold on Vegas.
Yeah, I seem to recall Fiorenza mentioned they used to like to wrap them in carpets and throw them in the desert as, kind of a poetic justice to what they would do to other. I've seen this
Yeah.
before. Trust me.
Oh, we've all seen it before in the movies, but I've seen it in real life. And now
Well,
you have too. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you already had. Sorry, Evan. It's been a fucking night. I feel,
He looks
Okay.
over at the bloody bars, looks over at your bloody clothes. Yeah, it's been a night. Then he looks over at the bloody handprint on his shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a night.
Yep. Shopping spree later.
Yeah. No, I'll be honest, Jenny, I'm gonna need to go I need to get laid after this shit.
You know what? We'll make it happen. I won't block you this time.
I'm thankful and some liquor. God. Need a lot of liquor. And Etienne goes, quit jabbering. Evan, go get the cleaning supplies from upstairs. And Evan actually looks at you, Jenny.
Just do what he says. He's a good one. So.
And he walks and starts going upstairs to get, you can tell by his steps, he's not happy doing it, but he's going to find the cleaning supplies.
I apologize, Etienne. He and I we're kind of goofy together. So.
Well. If you say so, ma'am.
I'm trying to do better. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have been having him help instead of talking to him, promising him things that I will probably not follow through on. Don't tell him that, though.
Mum's the word, ma'am. And it doesn't take long before he comes down with some cleaning supplies, and you all clean the blood up off the bars. So what is your setup? Let me hear your setup for how to get her. What's the plan? You got an illusion of her wandering around that can wander the house as long as Joseph is able to see where it is.
True.
Which means
someone could lock the door, put the key back on the frame, and she can be banging. No, she can't touch. She could be yelling at the door.
She doesn't have to touch, just the sound.
Yeah, she could be at the door,
She could be
above,
yelling.
at the top of the stairs, basically behind the locked door, begging for Thea.
Can do.
Oh, Michael, this is brilliant.
I found it useful.
Holy hell.
Now,
Yes.
would you?
What?
Go ahead.
No, please, Roscoe, please.
Would you want her up the top of the door, or do you want her down here where we have more control over Thea? I mean, just she's out of the cage and fluttering
Yes.
around the room.
Yes. Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
Hopefully Fear will just go straight for her.
Oh, yes, if she hears her yelling and obviously not in that corner, hears her somewhere closer to the door.
And I'm going to point out again that the way the stairs were, that goes down narrow and then cuts over.
Is
you
it like
can
an L
stand-
shape?
Yeah, you can stand the way it opens into the room. You can actually stand in that blind spot
Mm-hmm.
to where you can stand in the corner up against the stairs themselves, and they won't be able to see you until they step into the room. But they would be able to see the illusion wandering around the room from the base of the stairs. So they would step out into an area that you'd be able to see them step in before they could do anything to see you all in the room.
I think if we... Coming down, that area was a blind spot. Like, coming down, Jenny, I know you saw this too. Coming down, you could see the cage, but not this corner over here. We set up in that corner. She can't see us when she's coming down, but she can see her mother wandering around outside the cage with the cage door open. It was unlocked. But she was not opening it. She was standing there like she could not open the cage. So I bet you she was not only feeding from her, she was also bound. Because she was instructed not to open the cage.
Well, I was going to say Armin could probably, when she comes down the stairs, we could have them close the door so that way they can lock it again. So it's at least a slight barrier for her escape if she does turn
Try
and
to
and
escape.
flee.
Mhm.
Yes. Because I can be anywhere. I mean, I could squish myself up against the stairs and make myself unseeable, and hopefully she doesn't brush into me. So.
I've got another idea that might help.
Mm-hmm.
If she hears her mum making a noise down here, she might not bother. By the look of
Sure.
things, she wants her mum to suffer. So she might just ignore it. So,
Yes, but would she ignore her mother wandering around down here?
if she could see her,
But you can make the sound come from different places, so it sounds like she's not in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
Or We could even leave the door to the basement open. Partly, no.
Yeah.
So the sound travels better because if her, whatever, the dude that I eviscerated.
He unlocked the door.
He unlocked the door because he's like, fuck you, you're not giving me what I want.
Yeah, the idea I had was a bit strange, to be fair. I thought, why not have a wandering about singing nursery rhymes, and that should confuse Thea enough to come and investigate anyway. Because she's expecting her mum to be there wanting
Begging
a fix.
for it.
And if she isn't, she'll want to know why, and it'll just throw her off enough for her to definitely come down here. She won't ignore her mum.
Oh, I like that.
See?
I like that a
Teamwork.
lot.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It sure does. Okay. So, gentlemen, and she looks at the ghouls. Additional
ma'am.
comments?
Etienne's like, I mean, if you want us outside, ma'am, I'm going to be in the basement with you.
Of course.
Peter can hide in the bushes out back and
Lock the door behind her?
lock the door behind her, ma'am.
But Peter is the entry, I thought, because she's expecting him out the gate.
No. Not yet. She will be here before him.
Oh, right. You're right. Sorry.
I bet you she will be here before him. She's not going to make him wait.
Yeah.
She's going to want to set up something for him. Yes, Peter. The key is in the door. Take the key out. Lock it, take the key out.
Put it back where you found it, ma'am?
Put it back where you
Okay,
found
Jackie, I can do that.
Yeah. And then go hide in the bushes until she comes in and goes downstairs.
Hide in the bushes. Some stalking pervert. But
But you're my pervert, darling.
and he gets a grin from that, and Etienne just shakes his head. Evan laughs. Evan thinks that shit's funny. At least somebody's, never mind.
Now, hide in the bushes. When she comes in, the door is well oiled, but you'll be able to know when she comes downstairs. She's probably going to be yelling at her mother.
That makes sense.
And when she gets downstairs, slam the fucking door and lock it.
Okay. I'll do that, Jackie. Peter heads up. And Peter actually, at the top of the stairs, he says, I'm going to stand right here for now, and I'll let y'all know when I see a car pulling up.
Excellent.
They got to open the gate to get in, which means it'll take them time to pull up,
Mm-hmm. And
The drive.
you can do it and get out.
and I can get out.
Perfect.
And he stands there at the top.
And then we position ourselves in the corner. And I look at Jenny and say, if you wish to be secret, you may do so.
I'm debating it.
It's up to you.
I'm wondering if I should be upstairs, and then that way I can follow her down. So if she turns and runs, she also runs into me, not just the door. I don't know, but I was gonna say I could push her down the stairs, but
There's a landing. It's L-shaped.
yeah,
You want
I
to
know.
position there?
I think I'll just hide out.
Because you could
out there.
snatch her from there because she has to come down at least this far.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I can grab her, and then that way she doesn't even get the opportunity to run. So, who wants the honors of staking her? Because I'm considering. I mean,
Etienne will
want you
do
all.
it.
I want you all to have some fun too. So,
Etienne will do it.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, we are backup if he fails.
If you can hold her, I can stab her.
oh, I can hold her. I'll hold her by her scrawny little neck, and yeah.
So you all set up. It's not long before Peter goes, car's pulling in the driveway. I'm closing the door.
Excellent.
He closes and locks it, and you can hear him walking out of the house into the kitchen. It's about a minute or two after that when you hear footsteps. You can hear them because, old house, you can hear it on the floors. What are you having Joe, the illusion, do now as you can hear her walking around upstairs?
I'll have it wandering across the bottom of the stairs, but I'll have it singing a nursery rhyme and try to make it sound as if it's happy about singing this nursery rhyme. And hopefully that'll get her mum to come and investigate.
You hear the footsteps stop. Just abruptly stop. Then you hear, "Shut up, cunt! Be
She will
quiet
sing
down
even
there."
louder. She'll just keep getting louder.
"Oh, you dumb bitch, you ain't learned yet?" You hear stomping, literal stomping, over to the door. And you can hear the door rattle. You hear the doorknob rattle a bit. Fuck, key, fuck. And then you hear it rattle some more. They're so frustrated right now. They're having trouble with the key. Finally, the door gets wrenched open. You can hear it slam into the wall behind it. "I said shut up down there, you cunt. I've got a friend coming over and you're not fucking this up again."
It's still just ignoring her completely, just wandering about. It might just look up the stairs towards her, then just carry on doing what it's doing.
And you hear her stomp like menacingly, well, as menacingly as she can, down the stairs. And the woman who steps at the bottom of the stairs, she steps into the room. Black hair, beautiful. But she don't even look towards you. She's looking at her mother. "God damn you, bitch. I said shut the fuck up or I'm going to make you shut up." And you all see her standing there.
Yeah. Genevieve's gonna walk up behind her at this point and put her fucking arm around her neck in a chokehold.
Whilst just as about this, I'll just do the thing I'd mentioned to Shanky I was thinking of doing.
Okay.
I am going to activate Awe.
Okay.
To get
That's free.
I'm also going to activate Eyes of the Serpent, I think it's called.
Yep, Eyes of the Serpent.
Which I think is free, and I'm going to call out to Thea. "Hey there, recognize me?"
Okay, so now we're going to be rolling for this as Genevieve grabs her. It's Charisma Presence versus Wits Composure.
Hang on, sorry.
Let's see what we get. It's
What was that again I
opposed
need to roll?
You need to roll Charisma plus Presence.
Let's see.
Eyes of the Serpent. Once you get it on it, as long as
Do I
they're
get-
not
Do I
damaged.
get any bonuses from Awe?
Yes, you do. No, you do not get your blood potency on this one because it doesn't actually. Oh no, it uses presence. Yes, you do. You can add your blood potency.
Because I was activating Awe as well.
He also activated all
always just to get her to. That'll
for
make her look.
charisma rolls.
Damn.
You add the presence rating to your charisma rolls.
Damn. I will let it
Also,
go. Yes, go ahead.
Do I
Add
I add
charisma?
my? Sorry.
Add charisma, presence, and your extra dice for your presence roll.
So-
Go ahead.
So it's just presence and charisma and the bonus dice.
Yep. And the bonus dice is more presence.
So how
Mhm.
many bonus dice do I add? Just
Your total dots and presence plus 1.
Yep. So you're going to do charisma presence for you. So charisma presence for you, you're going to be rolling 3 dice for that one. Your presence is 2, so you're going to roll 5, 7 dice. 8
do I add
dice.
my-
Sorry, 8 dice for your blood potency. Don't get to double dip the blood potency though. 8 dice.
Does my stunning looks add to that?
Not for this one, no,
Not-
because of it. You're trying to mesmerize with the eyes. And
see.
those in the room see his eyes become almost slitted like a snake's.
So
Almost.
it's 8 dice.
8 dice.
Is that
2 so far.
That's bad. I'm going to
So willpower. that
willpower.
one?
Yeah.
Now we'll see how this works.
Ah.
3 successes. Unfortunately, I got a crit. Everyone sees his eyes go slitted. She looks over. And she looks. Can't use that shit. And then right as she gets to shit, an arm locks around her neck from Jenny.
Gotcha, you dumb bitch.
Unhanded. Do you know who the fuck I am?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are Thea Noel McCrane, a fucking set tight.
And she finally realizes how many people in the room.
And Etienne is already in motion.
And she starts screaming, "You can't do this to me."
You come up in my fucking place and act like a fucking bitch, and then look at what you are doing to your mother. You
Fuck her.
bitch, you are dead.
I'm going to roll for Etienne. This is a called shot. Actually, it's just a melee attack, but he's got a beat, unfortunately, when it comes to staking. She only gets one defense because she is grappled at the moment, which does make it easier to pull it off, thankfully. Let's see what he gets here. He's going to roll his dex. He's going to throw his melee because it's a melee weapon. Impressive. He got 8 with a crit. As she's screaming, "You don't know who I am, or you can't do this to me. I'm important. I've got connection." And that's as far as she gets when Etienne drives the stake home. With that kind of a margin, 8 with a crit. He drives it true. And as the stake goes right through her heart, she's turned stiff as a board.
I'll drop Eyes of the Serpent and I'll make the illusion just vanish.
Okay.
Jackie instantly looks at Michael. Are you a fucking Setite?
No, not at all.
Do you want me to drag her upstairs, or you want me to let her?
Yeah, drag her upstairs. Get boys, help her.
She don't weigh much. She's a slight little thing. But she's stiff as a board at this point, like a rigid corpse. I mean, you can pose her if you wish. You can pose her arms and shit, but natural, it's almost as if rigor mortis is set in a lot of ways. And as you're going up, Etienne, you can hear him, "Peter, open the damn door." It's tough bringing her up this narrow-ass stairwell, by the way. Peter opens the door. That was quick. Real quick.
Oh.
Okay, that's just weird. And Evan actually speaks up. When you've seen one go stiff, you've seen them all.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And we basically head up.
And Etienne looks, well, I guess we don't have to be sneaky about it. We could pull the vehicle right in. Though I don't think we want people to see our vehicle pull in.
No.
He looks over. "Hey, Peter, check her pockets. See if she got a keys." He digs around and pulls out a set of keys. "Peter, we're going to put her in the trunk."
Put her mother's body in the car. And her ghouls. We dump them in the lake.
I assume you want her dropped off somewhere other than
Yes.
the lake?
Yes. Take her home.
Etienne does a double take. "Ma'am?"
Indeed. It's quite the view from the roof.
I was about to say, she's not the kind of art we hang on the wall, ma'am.
No, it's quite the view from the roof.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
there's the fire station, but are we gonna burn this place down or
No,
leave it?
we are going to leave it.
Ah.
We are going to leave it. We are just going to have all the bodies removed, and her car is going to be in the lake with bodies in it.
I assume Competence, the only one that can't be wearing gloves is Jenny because she grew claws. But Jenny touched the stairs. I don't think she touched the bars. She touched the head as it impacted the bars.
Genevieve's going to kind of and like bring her fingers back to normal and flex them.
You don't have to touch anything. We will clean up.
No, I was actually going to say, if they're fucking loaded, I'm kind of curious if there's any kind of potential way of maybe making the transactional stuff disappear into another bank account, as if maybe she ran off with the family money. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. Just an idea.
Absolutely. We will look into this.
Evan actually looks over. I mean, what about a good old-fashioned robbery. We could just take all the jewelry. Hell, that way if they find any residual blood, they'll think it was a robbery.
But if they're ending up in the lake, I mean, pawning the jewels because it causes its own set of issues.
Man, it's
Evan,
Chicago.
so.
I mean, people end up in the lake all the time. The other night, I heard of a car plunging into the lake again.
Great. You know what, Evan? Put your gloves on. If you want to go grab some jewels, have at it.
Because this is the fun part for me.
Yeah. You go have fun then.
And you hear him go up the stairs, like run up the stairs. And you can hear stuff breaking, crash into the floor as he's ransacking the other levels of this place looking for shit. He really enjoys when he gets to a proper ransack.
He's thinking outside the box. So.
It is fine.
Etienne just shakes his head. You got a handful with that one. And then he looks at Peter and goes, don't get ideas. And you all carry and load this vehicle, a body in there. And by the time you get her loaded in the vehicle, Evan comes down and he's literally got a pillowcase in his hand. And you can hear shit clinking in it. You can definitely hear silver and jewelry. Silver for sure. It sounds like a couple chains, some rings tinking together in there. I mean, he's gathered up a whole fucking, literally a pillowcase full of fucking shit. Because, I mean, we don't have to pawn this. We'll just,
We'll
Anything
figure
nice?
it out. We'll figure it out.
He looks through. Oh, yeah, there's some nice stuff in here.
I'll have a look if he's opened up the pillowcase.
Oh, it is full of, I mean, it is full of all kinds of jewelry. Tiffany jewelry's in there. I mean, it is fucking some nice shit. They had money.
Gentlemen, look at your loot elsewhere. We have things to take care of.
Okay.
Sorry, Evan. Michael, it's just we should be.
I mean, I don't need money really. So here he goes, and you see him dig around, and he grabs a pillow or one of the cushions off the thing, and you hear him open the cushion up and rip all the stuffing out. He dumps like half the shit into the cushion cover and hands it to Joe and said, "Here, you can just have this stuff." I mean, I'm not planning to sell it. I'm actually just going to go and throw it in different parts of the deep water so it can't be found.
I could probably have my ravens drop it.
That's actually a good idea. And he hands you the rest of the pillow sack. He goes, that's a good idea. Just,
Perfect.
Okay, well, advise your patron, Michael, that the deed will be done. It was a pleasure working with you.
And it was a pleasure working with you all. Now, I don't tend to do that light trick that often. I tend to keep that quiet. But if you need something along those lines happening again, just see if you can get word to me and I'll perhaps help you out.
If I happen to see a raven, I'll pass a message.
No problem. I have a few.
If the Baron needs proof, I can arrange it.
I suspect your word would be good enough.
I would hope so. We have had pleasant dealings. But come back and see me in a night or two. I may have some other work for you.
And in perfect French, Joseph will reply with, "It has been a great pleasure working with all of you. I shall take my leave, and I shall see you in a couple of evenings."
And Jackie, in perfect French, wishes him a good morning.
Now, where do you tell him to meet?
At the club.
At the club?
Mm-hmm. He said it was a pleasure working with us.
Also, I thought you might want to know, there has been someone who's taken an interest in your club.
Oh?
How could I put this? I don't know what has happened, but I'm not sure if you've annoyed someone. It's a bit strange. There's this Nosferatu who seems to be interested in your club, and he may have set a fire on your opening night, I think, of your big club.
And which Nosferatu is this?
One who used to work for Loden. His name was Nathaniel.
And at that, Jackie literally locks eyes with you.
I believe he was the Scourge or something for Loden. Loden used to send him to kill anyone he wanted killed.
Hmm.
And he's pretty much a pain in the arse. The Anarchs usually ask me to keep tabs on him as well, because he's still about and still causing problems.
Yes, I'm aware he is very problematic. What information do you have on him?
I may have seen him set the fire.
Okay.
Basically, I'd planned to visit your club on the opening night, introduce myself, as it's your domain, it's what I should do. And I noticed a strange, I could put it, a large blur-like shape hiding near to your club. So I thought I'd keep an eye on it, and then I noticed it moving towards the empty building. I think it was a derelict building opposite or nearby to your club. Then a short time afterwards, that place went up pretty quickly. And then I noticed Nathaniel he's similar size to, do you know what he looks like? By the way.
No, I do not.
No. The best way to describe him is he looks like a praying mantis. His arms and legs are too long, slightly odd angles. He's got an egg-shaped head and a very long neck. And when I saw him, he wore, I believe he was wearing a black suit, black tie. He's just leaning against the building, watching the fire. Just after it started.
No chance you could do an illusion of him, could you?
I could.
I will count.
I don't want to risk it.
This is still part of the same scene.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't. Oh. What do you mean by that?
Since it's part of the same scene, you don't have to re-rouse. It's still one scene. You haven't left the building yet.
So I could just do the illusion.
You don't have to re-rouse.
Oh, and that's cool.
Just the visual aspect. I wouldn't need any sound or.
Oh, I've not spoken to him.
Okay.
He's not someone I tend to deal with.
So you just have to roll your which skill roll is it?
It'll be obfuscate and manipulate, probably.
I believe so. Yep, manipulation obfuscation. Difficulty of this one is only going to be 2 because it's only 1 sense. You only need the visual.
And now I roll well.
Right, 7 successes.
And a crit. So yeah, I just create the image of Nathaniel.
Yep, and it's with 7 and a crit. From your point of view, it is a perfect copy.
And I will study
this
it.
is the guy.
Okay.
I don't know a great deal about him other than he's a killer.
I know he has interest not just in our club, but in other interests of our coterie. And I know there are a number of kindred who really don't care if he disappears.
I think there's a lot of people who want him gone.
Indeed. Well, that was some months ago. Nearly a year now. Anything new about him?
Let's see. I seem to remember he had some sort of issue with the Nosferatu Primogen.
Oh,
I can't remember what it is. Again, I don't tend to deal much with the Nosferatu, but there's some sort of disagreement. I don't know. It could be a leadership thing.
mm.
'Cause once Lodin fell, perhaps he felt he should have been Primogen. I'm just assuming. I don't know. But if you're interested, Nathaniel tends to hang out at an old church. I think it's in the south side of Chicago. I think it's called the Church of Christ. I think he must have a place he operates from inside there.
You recognize the name of that place, Jackie?
Yes, I do. Yes, I know he hangs out there. Has influence there, potentially some ghouls there as well.
Yeah, he's a strange one.
He is a Bible thumper from New Orleans.
And Michael, thank you for that illusion. That'll be immensely useful.
That's no problem. Glad to be of service.
A bird flies in. And since the doors, you actually are on the main floor at this point, bird flies in and starts talking to you. It's not one that you had here tonight, though. One of your other
Hey,
birds.
friend. Yeah, hey, friend.
This is one that was you had watching other things.
Yeah.
And bird said that one of the Coterie members' cars that you recognize is in the police impound lot. And it's the same car that your bird saw Nathaniel fucking around with in the lake the other night.
Ooh.
Because you had it looking to see, because you didn't know what, you didn't know what the bird was, what he was fucking around with. But
True,
you
I
think
kept
it
an
was
eye on him.
Lamar's car.
True. I'd recognise Lamar's car. Pretty much everyone present will see Joseph rather shocked because, to be fair, I hadn't expected this. And a little bird has some information for you,
Little birdie told you?
pretty much. Have you heard from your friend Lamar in a while?
No. Why?
His car is currently in the police pound. It's been held by the police. And I haven't seen it. One of my birds has saw Nathaniel messing around with this car.
Where does he where does he hang out? Where does Nathaniel go?
Church of Christ, I think it was.
Just there?
Just quick check
It's the one you
storytelling.
know of.
Do I know? I know the car went into the lake, do I?
Mhm. And
Yeah.
you know the car went into the lake, and Nathaniel, that night it went into the lake, you remember him lurking, not where it went in, but in that area, because your birds have been watching him where they can.
Yeah.
And you also know he was at the police impound lot, apparently at Lamar's car. That's because he
Yeah.
becomes visible if he fucks with anything, because you can't be unseen passage and mess with anything. So your bird saw him fucking with Lamar's car.
Yeah. Strange thing is, one of my birds saw Lamar's car being driven into the lake. And Nathaniel had been lurking around that area. Then he was messing with the car in the pound, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
And you only know he hangs out at this church.
That's where I believe his haven is. I don't know a great deal where else he hangs out.
You
Tomorrow
say-
night, shall we, because it is getting close now to dawn. Can you meet us at the church?
No problem. I can't really be directly involved because
I understand, but you can be
it would look-
you can be eyes in the sky.
Oh, I don't mind that. I'm quite happy with that. But
That's perfect.
yeah, if I were to get involved, it would look pretty bad.
Of course, you are not involved. No one even
Yes.
knows you're there.
True. But yeah, I'll give you a hand. Eyes in the sky.
Eyes in the sky.
You mentioned you saw Lamar's car driven into the lake.
Yes.
Any
Well, I
more
didn't.
detail? Did the birds notice like who was driving?
Nope.
No, okay.
I
Probably
think
not their thing,
No.
sort of thing to notice, but
I don't think they noticed anyone getting out of the car when it hit the lake.
And yeah, and I'm sure you would have checked the police on the car in the lake part. No body was reported. Actually, anyone can pull it up on the news now that they know what to look for.
Yeah, there would have been news about car. Actually, I think one of the ghouls had just mentioned something about a car in the lake.
Evan
Yeah.
goes, yeah, the other night.
Yeah. That could be the same car.
Car was going up Lakeshore Drive, and it swerved over, went across the pedestrian path, jumped into the lake. But the report I saw, they didn't give any real details, but said that nothing was the vehicle. When the police arrived, it was empty. They think whoever did it drove it in the lake and took off. Obviously, they didn't find anybody in it, so police are just, I think they were calling it some sort of joyride gone bad or some shit.
Roscoe,
yes, Jack.
when we get to the church tomorrow, we track Nathaniel.
Yes, we will.
So you all arrange for the church the next night. Jackie, are you doing anything special with the Thea this night, or are you going to wait another night to...
Oh, no, I'm going to let her sit and stew with a stake in her fucking chest.
Okay. So we're going to flash to the next night. Now, so you know, Joe, you went and reported back to Anita. And Anita was actually quite pleased that you managed to get this solved without...
Yeah.
You managed to get the Camarilla to kill their own. Because if anything ever comes of it, it doesn't come back to her or the anarchs down there.
Keeps her hands clean.
Yep, keeps the hands clean. And honestly, she has a high opinion of Jackie anyway from previous meetings. So, but we're going to actually flash to the next night. Wes.
I'll also mention how the Coterie seem interested in Nathaniel. To be fair, I'll probably relay what I found out to her.
Anita says he wants you to follow that down. Don't get caught involved in that one because first suspects are going to be them because of the past history of Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that the anarchs have some bones to pick with that fucker.
Yeah,
But,
I'm keeping my hands clean.
Keep your hands clean, but if you can help arrange that fucker's gone, she won't lose any sleep. And if you can do it outside the city somewhere, all the better, because then it won't matter anyway.
Sounds a plan.
But Baron's really happy with, the work you've been doing on that one because, your hands are clean on that one because y'all didn't do anything to Thea. You didn't do anything. You had an illusion.
Not at all. Oh, I should sort of mention as well. I'm probably keeping half the loot.
Okay. You could easily pop the stones out, melt the things down, and turn it straight into gold.
I mean, what else did you expect?
Yeah. Well, I know.
I would dump half of it, though. Because I said I'd keep the better stuff.
Okay. So
Need to make my money somewhere.
we're going to flash to the next night with the Coterie Gathering. We're getting towards the end of this episode, but I want to let y'all have your chance. Jackie, do you taunt Thea any before this next night? With her stake propped in the corner.
Oh, absolutely. She has been railing Thea about her poor behaviors and how she has been basically disciplining Thea. Absolutely.
Okay. And Etienne's, he knows a bit about Setites. He's been around a while. He took a certain amount of perverse pleasure in making sure that multiple lights in the house were turned on around where you have her stake and propped.
Absolutely.
Just to light it up as much as possible.
Tonight, before dawn, we move her to the roof.
I'll make sure everything's ready, ma'am.
Perfect.
You going to this church thing? You need me to come with you? I have Peter can stay and get the roof prepped if you want me to come with you.
Yes, perfect. Please do.
Okay, I'll make
Please
sure
do.
Peter has that.
I think a fucking Nosferatu asshole has captured Lamar.
Wait. What?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
Yes. When I get home, I want some private time with Thea up on the roof before sunrise.
Okay. We'll make sure, I mean, you've got access to it. We'll make sure that nobody bothers you.
It's freaking October. Nobody's going in the pool in October.
That's true, too. So, the coterie, once again. Anyone do anything special? It is another night. Y'all got done.
I'd probably grab something to eat.
Yeah, I'll let y'all
someone.
feed before this if you need to drop your hunger back down, 2 points.
How
I think
do
in
I do
Joseph's
that?
case, Joseph, does he have a herd? I'm just curious. He doesn't, but
He doesn't. He tends to be quite good at.
yeah, I can fix your hunger. Watch this. See, just click
cool.
the dots.
Yeah, because
Click the hunger skulls. Jenny, if you wish to lower yours, I'll let you do yours.
I was gonna say
Normally I'd hunger roll or make you do a hunting roll, but I think in this case, given the nature, I'm not worried about it as much. We're almost at the end of the episode, and we want to make sure that you finish up what we need to for this. So you gather not far from the church. Do you take different vehicles, or are you all in one vehicle?
I think this night we're all in one vehicle.
Except for Joe, who comes in his own vehicle.
true. I'd
But
probably
you
have Mask
recognize,
of. Yeah, I'd have the Mask of 1,000 Faces up as well. I should really roll for that, I suspect. Just to,
you can
again,
roll for
keep
your
my hands
rouse
clean.
on that one. We'll see how far your hunger starts. And of course you get hungry.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd have that active because trying to keep hands clean.
So as you gather up, vehicle pulls up. You don't recognize the vehicle, but you do recognize when the guy gets out that looks completely average as the rest of the coteries gathered near this church, like not right in front of it, but nearby. And Roscoe, while you're waiting, I assume you're already pulling out your ribbon.
Ribbons, yes.
Yep. He's the oddest man walking around town with a whole bunch of white ribbons.
Jackie will walk up to Michael and just be like, I'm fairly certain that Nathaniel would not be keeping Lamar here.
True.
That would be too easy.
Does Jenny
No.
want to ask any of the rats in the area?
You know what? Genevieve actually will. She'll hop out and go and use
it's
Feral
Southside.
Whispers.
Yeah, it's south side.
What?
There's rats.
Out. So that is
A rouse check.
Rouse check and then animal goes in charisma. it looks like.
You don't really, I'm not going to make you roll because you're not giving it a task. You're just asking information. So I'm not going to make you roll for that one because it's only if you're trying to convince them to do something.
Okay.
But you get hungrier. Damn, this is not your night for rolling, is it? Your beast speaks. Well, that's one ministry down. Shouldn't let him in this city. But you know what? I think we should go rat hunting.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's time to crack a few eggs and make an omelet, so
Can't let people do that to your coterie.
yeah.
Once you let one person do it, they all start doing it.
Oh no. No. We're not gonna allow this to stand.
You find multiple rats. This is the south side. There's rats fucking everywhere. Food? Got food?
Genevieve's kind of shit. She's gonna can you wait here?
If you get food, I'll wait. Food.
Yes, I will be back with food. Genevieve's going to jog back to the van and she's gonna ask Evan for his Twinkie or whatever the fuck he keeps on him. So
He opens the the glove box and pulls a Twinkie out of the glove box. That was my snack later, but
Yeah. Shut it, Evan. And she's gonna grab it and she's gonna jog back towards the rat. So she's
ooh,
gonna
that's good.
yeah, she's gonna open it up and she's gonna hold it. She's like, you get this. Actually, she's gonna break it in half. She's gonna give half, she's gonna put half on the ground. You get that half for talking to me. You get the other half when you tell me what I need to know.
What do you want? What do you need?
There's an individual with a really big head. Have
Smells
you
like
seen
they're dead.
them? Well,
Smells dead, like you.
yes, he is, and he will be deader soon. Does he go anywhere else other than here, or have you seen him?
Comes here, leaves here, comes here, leaves here, comes here, leaves here.
Does he leave on foot, or does he?
Normally he leaves on foot. Other night he had another dead in the car and they left.
Another. Which direction did they go? Or
It does its nose. Other dead like bored. It's weird. He shoved him in like a stick.
Okay. Genevieve will put the other piece of Twinkie on the ground. Thank you.
And it just immediately starts devouring Twinkie.
Yep. She's gonna head back to the group.
Okay.
So one of our fuzzy friends in the neighborhood informed me that the dead thing, i.e. Nathaniel, had a second dead thing that was like a stick in his car, and he drove them, and she points in the direction that the rat had moved its nose
South. Roscoe, while they're doing this real quick, roll your intelligence blood sorcery.
I'm gonna guess, based on how we saw the state of Thea the other night, that
you might want to willpower that.
yeah.
9 dice, 1 success.
As good as my rolls.
That was impressively bad.
I'm going to guess that it was probably Lamar, since the consensus is probably that he was torpid.
Yes, very likely.
That's much better. 4 successes. That means you're going to load the difficulty by 3. The difficulty on this is the level of the ritual plus 2, minus 3. Difficulty 4. Yep. Your difficulty is going to be 2. No, it's 6 minus the margin. So your margin was 3. Your difficulty is 3 on intelligence and survival. You can use your specialty.
Thank you.
As you all are watching, as Jenny comes back, Jenny, you see him once again having a ribbon soaked in blood. Bet he's lighting on fire again.
I'm just watching this with interest and with sensitive and seen as well. I'm just curious to see what's going on.
You can roll resolve all specs. I'll let you see if you can see anything from it. Four successes, that is enough. A path appears right before you, goes from the church and heads south again.
Okay, well, the trail that I see is heading south.
Corroborating what our fuzzy friend told me. So
There we go.
Joe, you see like a yellow glow around the ribbon at first, and just a brief hint of a yellow trail that shoots off, but then it disappears to you. And at the end, I assume the burned it worked?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Roscoe, you will need to lead him. Joe, would you care to follow us?
Yeah, it's probably best.
Okay. That way you can keep a distance when we get close.
Definitely.
And you all pile up and follow the trail. And it leaves south out of town. Leaves the city. Joe, from your knowledge, is actually getting very close to the Goblin Roads, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And it goes out into a small wooded area. Now, as you approach it, Roscoe, you can see down this dirt road, it leads off. It's a dirt road. You want me to park here? You want me to just cut the lights off? What?
Does it look like the trail continues a long way, or can I tell?
Stretches as far as you can see.
Maybe we may have quite a walk.
Yeah, maybe cut the lights. Go slow to not knock up a lot of dust.
Yes, ma'am.
Genevieve is going to activate Eyes of the Beast so that if something's moving in the dark, she sees it.
She should be able to see it.
Yep.
Let me double check something here. Gotta pull up Etienne's sheet real fast. Okay. And you all creep slowly down this road. Joe, you're following as well. Pretty easy to see the vehicle. I mean, it's moon's out enough that you can see. At least it wasn't a new moon. Then you ought to be screwed. And as you pull up through it, Roscoe, you finally catch sight of a building up ahead. It's not a shed, but it's not a warehouse. It's more like, looks like some sort of multi-car garage out in the middle of nowhere. It's got 3 bays. It might have been a repair shop somebody was using back here in the woods or something. It's the oddest fucking thing. It doesn't belong here.
Okay, which bay does the trail lead into?
Right to the middle bay.
Okay, the trail ends at... Do you all see that building up ahead?
Etienne, stop.
Etienne stops the vehicle.
The trail ends, there's a building ahead. The trail ends at the middle bay of the 3.
Do we see anything around?
No, the building looks to be maybe, you'd guess it's not even 10 years old. It's just odd because what the fuck's the purpose of the building here?
Yeah. Okay, everybody out. We walk the rest of the way so as not to alert who might be inside.
And you see him stop the car and everybody start getting out, Joe.
Yeah, I'd pull in, not that close to them, but close enough for me to be able to catch up to them.
It's awareness 3 from Jenny. You already knew what I was going to be asking for shortly.
I figured I'd roll since she can actually see, so.
Yeah, because you can actually see clearly. And I'm going to assume that also Joe activated it too because he could see it anyway.
True.
It's an easy way to follow the vehicle.
Yep. What do I need to roll? Wits awareness?
Yep, wits awareness. And again, as assuming competence, when Joe gets out of the car, a couple of ravens actually come out of the vehicle with him. Though he had some in the air, he had some in the vehicle waiting in case he needed them because he didn't know where he was going to end up. Let's see what we get.
I got 7 with a crit on Sense the Unseen.
That's fucking impressive. That is really fucking impressive. Sense the Unseen. What did you find?
I know this Nos likes to hide.
Mm-hmm. There is something. It's not the building. 7 with a crit. You can tell that. Best way to describe it. There's magic here of some kind, but it's not the building. Something under the building, maybe? The ground glows oddly in spots.
There's something under the building. Storyteller, what color is the glow?
Red.
There's a red glow in spots under the building.
Hmm. I wonder if he's worded it to let him know somebody's trying to get in.
Well, luckily I can see where the spots are. We can avoid them.
7 with a crit. You're not sure it's a ward, though. I'm going to reward 7 is a pretty good with a crit. You got to give some good reward for that.
I mean, I have a dot in a cult. I've been picking up some weird shit.
It's more of a residual than a active something.
It actually looks like it's diffuse.
Hmm.
Like it's
Okay.
not vibrant and potent. It is very muted.
Like echoes of something.
Yes, like a residue.
Okay.
Storyteller, I'll just send my ravens to check the area. Should I just do rouse check for
Mm,
feral whispers, or
yeah, go ahead and do a rouse check for feral whispers. And then you can actually take half on the commands because all you're going to have them do. You get hungrier again. Poor Joe is just, his hunger is just up and down the whole night.
yeah, I'll just take half for
Your beast is just going to, your beast tells you, look,
I'm gonna have to eat someone.
we need to, you know what she told you? Man, fuck this. Let's go. They found what they need. Good enough. Let's go. I don't know what's down there. You don't know what's down there. Let's not go down there and find out.
Mentally, I'll tell it I'm not going down there, but I'll give him a bit of help.
Fuck them.
Yeah, my beast is an arsehole.
Save yourself. So, your birds scout around. And you all see the ravens fly off after they come in and chirp in his shoulder. And when they fly off, they're gone a minute or two. They come back. Nothing's moving. They flew low enough to peek in one of the few windows the building has, and there's a car parked in there, an old, you'd put it as a 81, 82 Crown Vic. Just parked in there. But nobody's moving, nothing going on.
Yeah, there's probably about a dozen ravens because I tend to keep about a dozen with me. I tend to have them moving in groups of a dozen when I use them anyway. Okay.
Roscoe
just-
with, Roscoe
Oh,
just asked me
okay.
about his 6. 6 with a crit on your wits awareness. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for reminding me. Roscoe, you noticed that the car tracks. There's that some car tracks all match the same. They have driven straight there and back multiple times. This vehicle goes here often.
I wait for Joe to finish. I mean,
Yeah.
for Michael.
True. Yeah, my birds have told me there's a car parked in that building, but they haven't got much sign of anything else wandering about there.
Did they by chance spy a door inside?
Stark, sunlit.
Dark, unlit.
Okay.
If it's an os, it's probably a basement or underground.
I would imagine so.
Now I noticed the tracks around here. They're all from the same vehicle, and apparently it comes here very often.
It could be his car that's parked there.
Fantastic.
Genevieve is actually going to climb up onto the hood of the SUV and then climb up onto the roof. And she, with her eyes, do I notice any doors or anything since I can see in the dark?
You're
Need slightly more advantage.
There's the 3 bay doors, and then there's actually another door. It's just a small person's, door that's in the front near the bay doors that somebody would come in and out of. It's clear as day for you. The ravens don't have that option, don't see as clearly. Through the window of the door, since it's perfectly clear, I'll say that you can see there's a railing of some kind where one of the bays would be. It might be a pullover pit railing, except it's higher than it should be if it's a pullover pit, because it doesn't do no good to have a pullover pit with a waist high, chest high, head high kind of railing. Not pulling over that shit.
Yeah, Genevieve jumps back down off the roof of the SUV. Apologies. Sometimes vantage is everything. There's a access door. It's not an access door. It's like a normal door next to the bays on the building. And I think there must be something possibly underground, because they lift your car. It's up. You can see it from the window. So it shouldn't be that high normally. So that.
Okay. Well, Etienne, open the back. We arm up.
And as this coterie arms up, gets ready to go in, and Jackie has a staked Thea at her mercy as she plots and plans bad things to do with Thea and taunts her with lights on her, which really pisses off a Setite. I believe this is where we're going to end this episode as the Coterie's gearing up to go in to see if Lamar is in there to do a rescue, while Joe watches outside but isn't planning to participate. And I'd like to thank Evan Blade for joining us as Joe Kerr.
Thank you so much.
He finally got to play with us in the episode, and
It was
he's
all
a real
fun.
trooper being up real late for him. But I'd like to think of that. Again, we're raising money for charity. Please donate. We'll go into that more in a minute. The viewer vote this week. We had 12 for Jackie, 11 for Jenny, and 10 for Roscoe. I think all three of them will get it because that's a lot. Everyone got more than 10 votes. And I like that. That shows some, people voting. So everyone gets an extra XP for that one. If you want to show your appreciation, you want to join us on the Discord, hang out with cool people. We cast our shows from the Discord. How do you think Evan Blade joined us as a guest? Member of our Discord. Pop over here into the Discord, join us on the McStabber's Lounge. And you too might get to play with us because every once in a while we do casting calls. We just closed one for this stream for a longer term player and additional guests. So every once in a while we open up for more guests and that'll happen. So join us on the Discord. Plus we cast other shows. All our shows are cast from the Discord. So join us over there. Please vote though. The viewer vote's important to the players because it gives them feedback on how they're doing, whether you like their story, what's going on. So please do that. If you want to give to the players, this month bits go to the players. Next month bits and donations go to players, but because we're doing the charity thing, bits go to the players. If you want to support the studio, that's what you can subscribe to the studio. You want to catch our back content? You like what we're doing here? Please, over here, YouTube. Check us out. See some amazing friends? We got them over here. Wow. Matter of fact, one of them, Ravenous Archon, you're going to hear in a second because Lynn's going to bring him up because of the schedule this week. So please check them out. We got merchandise. Get your Windy City merchandise. You can get stuff like the posters behind me. You can get mugs with characters in it. We got all kinds of funny, nice little things. We even got a Can't Wish a Motherfucker Would t-shirt in honor of Lamar, who will be joining us again next week. He'll be back. Hopefully they can rescue him from Nathaniel and he doesn't end up dead in the process. We'll see, because technically that would make multiple kindred fucked up. So I'm going to turn this over to my wife for her to do the schedule.
Yes, if Lamar dies in this rescue mission, Jackie's going to make the city burn. But, oh, Martin. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today for episode 7 of season 4 of Windy City After Dark. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, join Tam Shu and his crew of Miscreants and Haunted Chronicles, our Chronicles of Darkness stream, as they play their finale of the Chronicle. The Haunted Chronicles, the Black Death Chronicle. It's the end, y'all. The end is nigh, and I'm not sure anybody's going to survive. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, join us for the finale of Neon Tempest, Mage the Ascension. Myself and Ivy Raven over here. Y'all, shit's fucked up. Shit's fucked up. 1985, Miami. Shit is fucked up.
I've got to say, somebody pulls out a sword out of nothingness, going to threaten a mage with it. And what does my wife do? She pulls a grenade out of her purse.
That has a smiley face on it.
I'm afraid to tell you this.
And is infused with prime energy.
Yep. In rock, paper, scissors, grenade beats sword. I happen to know this.
Yeah, so we are facing a Mexican standoff in our mage game, and we're coming back to that on 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, the 27th, join me and a table of amazing players as we start off a new mini-series of The Way Home. I'm actually calling it The Way Home for the holidays. These players are playing characters that have been stuck in a wilderness. They are from various points of time, but they've all been found in this one place, this weird wilderness that reminds them a little bit of some place they've been, but not quite. And they are lost souls, basically in purgatory, trying to make their way back to life. So join us as we start that at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, join Tiss and her crew of cult stuff-loving investigators at 3 p.m. Eastern for London Esoteric Society, our Call of Cthulhu stream. And then join us back here, same time, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Episode 8.
For episode 8 of season 4 of Windy City.
We are nearing the end of this season.
The rescue of Masquerade.
In search of Masquerade with Leonard Nimoy. No, that's a different show. Different show. And again, thank you, Evan Blade, for staying up as a European player so late to join us at this table. I'm glad you finally got to bring Joe Kerr into the game, Joseph Kerr, though they still know you as Michael, which is fucking hilarious. But that works out. Of course, please pop over to Discord. I'm going to say it again. Vote on the viewer vote and join us. We got some cool people. There'll be more shows casting calls coming up. It may not be Vampire, but we've got other shows coming because it's always about putting on new shows and finding new games to play. And we'll see what that goes with. Hell, maybe people enjoyed my Zasser Kala enough I get to run it more than once. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows? And I'm going to let actually Relyn, she does the breast cancer better than me. She can do that, and then I'll do my part of the outro.
Oh, basically, with the National Breast Cancer Foundation, we decided to do a month-long charity fundraiser for them because they approached us after I ran a successful fundraiser in one game last year. They approached us and asked us if we'd like to participate in their Game Pink initiative. And what National Breast Cancer Foundation does is they really put their money where their promises are. They promise to help fill gaps in care and support for people going through breast cancer. And breast cancer predominantly affects women, but it can affect men as well. And they do provide care from initial screening, which is their big push this year because so many people did not get mammograms during the pandemic, either through losing access to their insurance or not wanting to risk going to get mammograms. And basically they provide them to people in need, but they do much more than that. They provide support and help coordinate stuff and coordinate resources and things for people going through treatment. They also help with end-of-life planning for those at end-stage disease where, recovery is not going to happen. They provide retreats for those people to help them discuss the tough topics that are hard to face and to help them get everything lined up for when they will pass away. And they do all of that basically at no cost to the people that get the services because of charitable donations. And it's amazing what they do. So truly, we appreciate all the generosity that our community has shown in helping us support this amazing initiative. And we really do appreciate that desire within our community to help others. Thank you all so much for that.
And as always with this channel, mental health, everyone, it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on those around you. Check in on friends, family, loved ones. As long as they're not Thea, check in on them. Because a lot of people...
That bitch had to die.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't okay.
On screen.
She's dead already. She just doesn't know it.
She just doesn't know it yet.
So, but please try to be that lifeline some people need because a lot of people just need somebody to reach out to them. That's all it takes. And if you do suffer from mental health issues like many of us do, reach out to those around you because nobody can handle it alone sometimes. There's nothing wrong with admitting you have some mental health issues because health is health and mental health is still health. And right now in chat, there's a list of numbers that you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that if you don't feel you have anyone in your life you can talk to, you can contact these individuals, these helplines anonymously. They won't judge you and they will try to give you help you need. And if you're not in the US, of course, you can go to a website that's right here in the chat right now and you can put in your country and find out numbers for that country as well. And also at the bottom of that, fuck cancer. Gonna put that out there. Fuck cancer. So I'm gonna turn it over one last time to my wife for her reminder about COVID.
Not just COVID, we are in the midst of flu season. Go get your vaccines, people. Seriously, go get your vaccines. Get your flu shot, get your COVID vaccines. Protect yourself from being severely ill. Protect others from being severely ill. Flu still kills people. And COVID most certainly does. So please, go get your vaccines. They work, they help, they actually help the community at large. Please, please,
And now's
please.
not the time to go to the hospital with the flu because the ICU beds are taken up by the COVID. So it's not going to be a good time. So from the cast of this amazing show and as storyteller of an amazing group of players I get to play with, I do thank you all for coming. And we're not done season 4 yet. Get ready for some more wild rides. And I'm pretty sure Jackie's going to do horrible, horrible things to Thea. Not as bad as what Thea was doing to her own mother, but horrible, horrible things to Thea before it ends. I mean, look at her. Look, she's trying to look innocent and we know better. So I thank you everyone for coming. Yeah. Good night, everybody. We will see you next week.
Good night.